Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there, unto the Zyphorners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, lonely. The brothers are edified through the spirit. And once again, here at GMS, we in the business of I told you so. And the more and more these days come by, the more and more it gets clearer what the scriptures is talking about. So I'm going to let this play, and then I'm just going to go with the scriptures. Alright?
You talked about what can come out of this as far as healthcare and other things. People are starting to get their head around AI, but not fully.
Well, when you go to the hospital these days, if you're using a modern system, using a modern system, the doctor will get a little note written by AI describing what the purpose of the appointment, and then that note will have your latest lab tests and your so the doctor's prepared when they meet with the patient. The AI will actually listen to the conversation between the doctor and the patient and make recommendations and improve the likelihood that the patient is going to get a high quality of care. It's easier for the doctor. It's better outcomes for the patient. It's really a revolution in medicine. But it's a revolution in many other industries as well. Medicine just touches us all.
Larry, why on this day one do you think you decided to do this? I assume you've been working on it for a long time.
We have been working on it for a long time. The first data centers are actually under construction in Texas already, and we'll be turning them over to Sam to start training their next model. The data center we already built, it was the largest computer ever built. The data center we're building will surpass it and be the largest computer ever built, which enables this AI, which will allow personalized medicine. This is going to touch all of us. Yes, it takes a huge investment, but the result of the investment will be vaccines that prevent cancers, personalized medicine, where we never again run into a problem like COVID-19 before, because we had an early warning. We know when COVID starts, when there are a handful of patients, rather than having to wait until it's become an epidemic and very difficult to control. This is a very large investment that affects all of humanity.
Can I ask the three of you?
And this is a selling point, basically what he's basically saying, which is like only, believers, those that are part of GMS or, believe, the only ones that understand what's being said. Basically, it's talking about a beast system. This is why Trump spent like over $500 billion on an AI system, because they want to move forward. It spearheaded all day today. Well, not all day. I can't say that. I'll be lying. But I've been Sophia Stewart, the woman that written the original Terminator / Matrix. What it says is Terminator, the Terminator, and the Matrix. She copyrighted those two names, but it can't. I was watching an old video, well, basically saying like you can't copyright generic, or not generic, but yeah, I think she used the term generic terms like the Matrix, because Matrix is actually a real word. It's real, and you can find that written in the scriptures, of course. When it talks about the Matrix in Exodus, it was talking about the Matrix, which is talking about the womb of each animal. So, listening to her today, Spirit just had me listen to a couple of things about her situation and her situation when she was suing for the rights of what they took from her. She was just breaking it down how she got the original story and so forth. But the whole concept was what? Artificial intelligence. Alright, artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligent program. And she was breaking down. She said she written, I didn't read her book, but she said she written the thing about how corporations would take over the bigger corporations, which was to be a part of the government. But you could see any scientific movie on that. All the futuristic science fiction movie, Slakia. You will see the same concept. And one of the main concept is that these big corporations will take over the most minute thing that you never thought they would take. Alright. That's why he mentioned the C-19, which the pharmaceutical companies, as far as Pfizer, not that Pfizer, taking it one. Was it Pfizer? Shit, I forgot the name of those companies. It is what it is. But the major companies that people got their jabs from, pretty much, they had their own patent. And they had their own patent on their own drug. So, basically, all those people that took that, the snake bite, that baby snake bite, are a product of those corporations. You're owned by that, which people don't know. They don't quite understand. So now, with this whole Stargate situation, what Trump is doing, he's just allowing these corporations. Always bring up the movie RoboCop. It'll show you how corrupt Detroit was, how poor it was, and it was ran by one company. They even ran the politicians. That's why you have Elon Musk put in a position where technically he's not supposed to be in that position. But since he have the billions, since he's a billionaire, all right, the scripture tells you about that too. Matter of fact, let me get that. Since he's a billionaire, he gets away with it. He gets away with whatever he plans to do. James 2, I think it's 5. Matter of fact, I start at 5. How can my beloved brethren have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world? Ooh, that's another subject. Well, I just add to it. The poor of this world, rich in faith, and the heirs of the kingdom, he have promised to them that love him. Because the scripture says the first shall be last and the last shall be first. That's what came into mind. And it's basically talking about the position that the Lord has put in his people in. Right? But ye have despised the poor. Do not the rich man oppress you, enjoy you before the judgment seat. And this is throughout all history. Alright? It's not just the future, it's all history. When you have finances, this is a bugged out thing right here. But when you have finances in this world, you judge. So when you go into Trump and his political campaign, they all billionaires every president, they owned by the corporations because they funded their campaign to be, quote unquote, to be selected. So each president would be sponsored or brought to you, like those commercials, brought to you by such and such. So they'll take those interests of those corporations before they'll take the interests of the people. So all this investment into AI is not for the betterment of the people is to enslave the people. And that's what they're doing. They're enslaving you. He signed that bill, that guy in the middle, to enslave the same American people that voted him in, that love him, to believe that he's the Messiah. He sold you out to these big corporations because he himself, he's a businessman. All right? He's a businessman. He is not running the shots. He is just a part of the will. The same will that he said he's trying to break. Real quick, nothing's done without these people. Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devises iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand." Because it's given to Esau to pass these laws and these wicked, evil. It tells you Isaiah, the 10th chapter. Let me get that real quick. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and these are becoming unrighteous." All these mother effers are bought and sold. They're all sold out. They're all bought. All right. From the top, which are the elites, to the lower elites, which would tell these people, this is what we want to be pushed. This is what the agenda is. All right. This is how we want things to be done to help forward our thing. But what they're doing is oppressing the people. It says there are grievousness which they have prescribed. So they put, like I always say, they cook in the books. All right, certain prescriptions or certain laws, so that way people have no other choice. Now, does prime example, the way C-19 took down, you have it was a conflict of interest because of health scare and business. So people could not commence their business because of the health scare, which they done this before. They done this before in the Spanish flu, but yet business was done. But now you have where business runs the health, or the health care is the business. So these things are coming together. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment, to take away the right from the poor of my people. The widows may be their prey, and they may rob the fatherless. And that's exactly what's happening. All right? This technology that they're pushing is going to rob the people. Because if you don't get it, which we already know I'm going to get to, if you don't get this thing, then you cannot function. But before I get that, it says, I'm going to get Revelation 16, I believe 14. It says, for they are spirits of devils working miracles. Now he said, he may mention if somebody has cancer, how the AI is going to automatically determine if you got cancer, how the AI is going to talk to you, they're going to listen to the conversation and give a note. And so for those, that's part of a miracle. All right. The science, they're devilish miracles that they pushing. So this is part of the system. All right. Now I go to Revelations 13 and 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. So the scripture says the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. That beast system was that Roman Empire system. So to give life to something that was supposed to be dead, all right, because that system was supposed to be dead, but it was revived. An image of it lived on. This is why you have Roman numerals They certain things in Latin and so forth. So they revived it. All right, NATO slash EU in America, they're all part of that Roman system. And one of the living tales of that system was what? The Treaty of Rome. All right, and they said they felt like Romans that day. Elon Musk constantly referred to the Roman Empire. So they given that life, that image back, but the ultimate image is what? The New World Order. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship. Well, there's another thing. So the New World Order is speaking now. And what is this guy he was talking about? He's talking about AI. All right.
You just really quickly to get a sense of where you see the economy. There seems to be this optimism, or like the yoke is being released as far as regulation and business to flourish. Is that fair? Is that a fair assessment? How do you see it?
I think so.
This is the beginning of golden age.
So again,
the beginning of the golden age. Now, when something is declared the golden age, meaning golden age is an era. So they're basically saying this system is now where they want it. This is the start of this system. So this is the image of the beast is speaking now. All right. It says, and speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast. So if somebody does not want to be a part of this New World Order system, all right, who don't want to put a C hip in their right hand or their forehead, which is going to get, all right, who don't want to who don't want to be a part of being known. That's why they trained the average mind to take away privacy. And that's what one thing Sophia Stewart was talking about. Is also the privacy rights. All that's taken away from people. You have no privacy. This is why you have your Facebooks and your social media status. Everybody's concerned about that because they want you to get accustomed to it, to be open. Now, if you don't want to be a part of the system, one, they'll take you out of the system. You can live off the grid. But ultimately, what's going to end up happening, people are going to get the ultimatum. Get this or die. All right? It says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand on their forehead, which we go into the Hebrew and the Greek word for mark is charagma. And you break it down to each word corrects, and which means a stabbing. Right? So you're gonna receive a physical object that's gonna be in your right hand. Physical, okay, and in your forehead. This is why, say, character Elon Musk he's the head of the Neuralink. Now, somebody did it, and Apostle Taha did it as well. When he break down the word Neuralink from the English to the Greek, it is 666. This is the future that they're speaking, and they're speaking loud and clear. They want control. They want autonomy of your health, your finances, the things that make you function. They want the control of all of that. This is why all these people have a lot to answer for. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of the beast, or the number of his name. So you can't function. And we've been saying this through the Spirit of the Lord. And we know the rest. You will not be able to function without this device. And this is why they wanted to fund AI so much. The financial system of America is through. They want to get rid of the dollar and so forth. And it's clear as day. Everything is digital. So you don't no longer have to walk around with anything that's physical. There's one more video. It's not remembered. Where was that? It was a guy. Yeah, the way he said it.
Everything. Identity theft.
And hear what he said. What he's saying is absolutely.
We all need RFID chips implanted into our hands. It's going to stop everything. Identity theft. You won't have to worry anymore because once the RFID chip is in your hand, you can upload all your bank access information to it and use your phone to either tap to pay or tap to transfer money or tap at the store. You won't have to carry a wallet anymore. Think about never needing to carry a wallet. Think about the fact that if you have a medical emergency, say you have a seizure, they can read your medical data through your hand. Or if something happens like your heart stops, it can alert EMS that your heart has stopped beating and someone can arrive on scene to help you. You won't have to worry about kidnapping anymore. You won't have to worry about getting dementia or having an elderly patient that wanders off because you can easily track and find them using their RFID chip. No more identity theft, no more stealing, no more carrying wallets, no more carrying cash, no more going missing or having things like that. I mean, it would just solve almost all of the world's problems overnight if we were to just get this implant in our hand as soon as possible. See how easy it is to sell the mark of the beast? Do you see how close we are to the mark of the beast? Because most people would hear that pitch and think this is a great idea. Let's do it. We are right there on the edge of losing our privacy rights forever and having the mark of the beast that no one may buy or sell lest he have the mark or the number of his name. We are right there at the edge of Jesus returning because all the signs point to it being very soon.
It says anybody that takes the...
And this is the stuff that we've been saying from a long time ago. Trump has sped things up so fast that now things are out of it's there. The system that they wanted to build is there. They're gonna call it whatever. Once this artificial intelligence merges with that technology that they're saying and they have the people, it's over. It's over. And just like how the man just said, how easy they're gonna sell it to these people. And the people gonna eat it up. Why? And then this guy was basically saying, it says those that are not written. Matter of fact, let me get into that and that's it. End it off on this one. 14:9 it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and the image and his image, and receive the mark, his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image and receive whoso receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and the faith of Yahushua. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations of shalom.